if you go to Augusta, the thing, there's Washington Road, that's the main strip, and there's all kinds of fast food places there, hotels. And if you're going this week, you'll see an RV there. It's John Daly, who is on Washington Road, right outside of Augusta. And John joins us now. Set the scene there for us, John. What's it like?
Oh, it's great, Dan. I'm sitting here at Hooters. My favorite restaurant in the world, one of them anyway. We're having a great time. We are really having a great time. Monday was the best. You know, Augusta closed, of course, because of rain.
Yeah.
And I got the awnings out selling stuff in the rain, and it gave some people something to do Monday because it was raining really, really hard, and there was no golf played. So sales were pretty good Monday.
You haven't competed at the Masters since, what, '06?
I started competing in '92 after I won the PGA, so I played about 16, 17 Masters.
But why haven't you been back?
I haven't played good, Dan. Come on now.
Well, no, I'm curious. In your mind, what is it? What's missing that allowed you to play there all those years, and now it's not there?
Well, I won 2 majors. I was exempt, from 90 after 91 PGA. I was exempt to 2001, and then the 95 British Open just carried over about to 2006. So it just shows you how hard golf is.
Where is your game right now?
I'm still hitting it great, hitting it okay. I've just been struggling with the putter. I'm going to have to shorten my stroke. That's what I've been working on, just trying to shorten my stroke and get my follow-through going a little better. I've been decelerating so bad.
Well, I saw where you said you had the yips. Explain how you get it or what it is. What's that feeling like when you have it?
It's not a feeling anybody ever wants to go through. It's kind of like when I've had that bad day when I try and hit a hook, and it goes 80 yards right, or I try and hit a cut and it goes 80 yards left. You're just, I don't know, it's just almost a shock thing. Like my stroke was getting really, really long, and I take it back. Instead of even decelerating in a stroke, I was hitting it, just popping it, like gagging it. I mean, I was too scared to hit the putt.
Really?
So it happened, you either flinch on. I was flinching on a bunch of them, which you could go right or left, and then your speed's way off. I've never experienced anything like that, and that's a weird feeling to have.
But is it so mental?
I think it's mental. It's fear of. It's just a fear of fear, basically, is what it is in my opinion.
Fear of fear.
Yeah, I mean, you fear playing bad golf, and you fear the result. And normally, you don't play golf that way because you don't know what the result's going to be. So I was fearing how I was putting, and I was fearing the result. The result shouldn't mean anything if you feel like if you got confidence in your game. You can't go out and say, "Hey, I'm going to shoot 68 today." You can't do that. If you have a lot of confidence, you may think and feel like you're going to play really, really good. But if the putter's not working, you're not going to shoot 62 or 61 or 63. But it's just one of those. It was basically all I can sum it up as, Dan. I was feared of fear.
He's John Daly, 2-time major winner, joining us, Dan Patrick Show. But to be that close to Augusta, but you're on the outside looking in, what's the feeling like?
Well, I mean, I can go in like some guys. Since I've won a major, I can play the practice rounds. I can play the par 3 tournament. I could do all that. But I just feel like I don't want to take any time away from the guys that are in the field. But it sucks not playing this tournament. It really does. It's one of the greatest. It is probably, besides an Open at St. Andrews, there's nothing like the Masters. It doesn't come close. It's a small field. It's not a large field. Mm-hmm. And it's the hardest major to get into.
Do we expect more from you? Because we've seen the great, and I don't know how you feel about it, but people root for you. Are we expecting too much, or that you made it look easy when you won a couple of majors? Why is it people root for you?
Well, they don't know about my life. They know I'm human. A lot of people look up to athletes and whatever, actors and singers and stuff, and they think they're just not human. And I'm human. I tell people how I feel. I tell people my mistakes, and I move on, try and learn from them. Hell, life ain't nothing but a memory anyway. You're either going to be talked about or you're not when you're dead. So what difference does it make? The only thing that people need to realize in life, all I can do is try and prove to myself that I'm trying to get better. And it doesn't matter what the critics say or what the non-fans say. The only thing I got to prove is prove to myself and try and get better. Wake up every day and do something a little different. Maybe not smoke 60 cigarettes. Maybe smoke 59, you know.
How many are you smoking a day, John?
I'm close to 3 packs. You know, I haven't been drinking for over 6 years. I smoke too much now.
So you had to have a vice after you gave up drinking.
Well, you know, yeah, I mean, you do something different. I don't eat a lot of chocolate. I just drink about 8 glasses of 44 ounces of chocolate milk every day.
And you drink Diet Coke. How many Diet Cokes you drink?
I don't drink that much. I don't drink too many Diet Cokes.
Oh, okay.
It's about a quarter of what I used to.
Yeah. Well, you drank a lot before, so if it's a quarter of what you used to, you're drinking probably 10?
Yeah, 10 to 12.
Could you have done it differently?
I don't know. I think in the 90s when things were going really, really good, I could have put some more effort into it. I'm not going to deny that at all. I mean, I got complacent. I got lazy. And things were easy. Checks were coming in the mail. I had great sponsors that were paying me big money. And I got lazy. And I didn't work in my game the way I should have in the 90s. If I'd have worked in my game the way I am now in the 90s, who knows? I probably would have won a few more tournaments. But, you know, I can't look back on that. I just got to kind of do what I'm doing now and look to the future. And if I got to play the web.com, which I'll be exempt for the next 2 years, come as of April 28th, if that's what I got to do, that's what I got to do.
You think you ever stop playing competitive golf?
I don't know. I'm too competitive, and I love the game too much.
What's it, you know, without Tiger there at Augusta, what's it, we used to put asterisk by, remember when Padraig Harrington won a couple of majors and then people said, well, Tiger didn't play. We don't do that anymore because Tiger hasn't won a major in quite some time. Is Tiger still Tiger, in your opinion?
It's shown here. It's not. I think the crowds are actually a little down this year. Tiger not being here, I really do. He sets a precedent that no other golfers ever set. He sets a precedent that Jack Nicklaus and Arnold Palmer set when they teed it up in their prime. And my God, the guy's won 14 majors. He's had 4 or 5 surgeries. He's been hurt. You know, there's no, you can't. It's so funny how people just forget what he has done. He's won more golf tournaments than any other pro golfer. I think he's close to Sam Snead's 83 or whatever it is. And the guy's, no matter what Tiger does, if he doesn't break Nicklaus's records, he's still the best golfer that ever lived besides Jack Nicklaus. There's just no doubt about it.
Did he intimidate you when you played with him?
No, Tiger never intimidated me. You know, if I played my best and he played his best, who knows what would happen.
You guys ever go out together?
No, he's always too busy. I'm more low key. I don't go out much. I cook a lot at home on my bus. I'm not one of those guys that like to go out and because the way I eat, it takes me 2 hours to eat anything because of my lap band. So I'm sitting there and Anna gets a little mad at me sometimes because it takes me forever to eat, but it's just because of the lap band I have in my stomach. It just takes me a while.
But when you're winning and you're enjoying all the trappings of success, do you even remember a lot of those days?
Well, some of them. Dan, I had a few blackout years. Are
you surprised you're still alive?
I'm just glad I never did drugs and all that crap because I would be dead if I would have tried drugs or anything. But yeah, I'm a little surprised I'm still alive.
Why didn't you try drugs?
I don't know. I just never. My mom raised me to where if it's illegal, don't do it. As a young kid, you know, I learned to be a neat freak when I was 9 years old. She never had to make my bed or clean my room or wash my clothes or do any of that stuff. So ever since I was 9, and she always said, just don't do anything illegal, John. That's all she ever preached to me. And drugs are illegal. And I just remember that as a young kid.
When people stop by your RV and you're at the Hooters parking lot there, what can they expect to find?
Well, you can find John Daly merchandise, hats all the way to lighters, to koozies, to T-shirts, to golf shirts, we got loudmouth here. We got everything. And, this is just a week that I like to come here and be a part of it. I used to do this when I was playing at the Masters. I love people. I love to see them, and it makes me feel good that I still have this many fans that are rooting for me.
Will you ever win again, John?
Yes. I might be 58 years old on a senior event, but yes, I'll win again. I feel like I wouldn't play golf if I didn't think I couldn't win.
It's good to visit with you again. Have fun the rest of this week, as always, and safe travels.
Thanks, Dan.
All right.
Appreciate it, buddy.
That's John Daly. You can visit him, Washington Road. The RV's there. Stop by, say hello, pick up some merchandise.